What is going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to ARK. So this video is going to be over 30 real life days where we played the wipe servers of ARK Survival Ascended. We did this whole thing solo on the official Arkopocalypse servers of ARK. We built up a solo base, raided on all sorts of servers, and had a great time. So hope you guys are excited for a new long series in one video. Let's get into it. Okay, so I think I have a pretty good spot in mind. I haven't played ARK in a little bit, but I think we're going to bring back a spot that I used in ARK Survival Evolved a couple years ago and see if we can survive there. Alrighty, boys, so here we are. We're over on Aberration now. I made myself a little kit and spawned in over here. Found one of these little helpful spiders, these cosmos for swinging around, and now we are geared to go. So the first thing we're gonna do, I need to claim my base spot, which is a super sneaky hidden spot up in the roof of Aberration. I'm pretty excited for this one. As you all know, I do love Aberration. Okay, boys, we made it. It took some doing to get up here, but we finally did. We're going to set down a couple of foundations to get our base started. All we really need is maybe, a couple storage containers and a bed. And that will be the makings of our base, which we'll have to build out more later. So if you remember, I'll show you where this spot is exactly, but I actually had a base here a couple of times a few years ago in ARK Survival Evolved. And I'm hoping people kind of forgot about it and nobody will find it over the next little bit. Okay, so here is all we got. We got a smithy, we got a bed, and that's all we really need. So here's where it's at. I'm gonna jump out and we're gonna fall down. So it's right up there at the very roof on Aberration. We're kind of close to the portal on the map, and I'm hoping that turns out to be a pretty good spot. Okay, so we don't really have a whole lot yet. I made like a couple of metal tools, but as always, I want to start out with raiding as much as we can, so we need some oil. And oil's a little bit difficult to get on Aberration. A pretty easy way, though, is to kill these trilobites. So here is my little starter base we made over here in the blue zone. I'm going to craft up some grenades. At least we'll have something. And then it's already like a little bit into the wipe. I think we started kind of late. So there maybe is even a couple of bases already built. Okay. So we have plenty of resources. So my main goal here with the starter base was to craft up some structures for my base up in the roof, and that way we can have everything ready to go when we travel up there. Alright, boys, so I tamed this stego. I always kind of forget that on these Arkopocalypse servers, they add a few mods. The developers of ARK, the wildcard, adds a few mods to each wipe. And I totally forgot, and so I looked in there, and we're gonna have to use a couple of them to make our lives easier. So I tamed up this stego for gathering berries, and we're mining a couple of these green gems, and then we'll use one of their nice mods. Okay, so here is the mod. It's basically just like a big brewing barrel that you can brew all sorts of potions. They're looking pretty crazy, like they increase your weight or your speed. And some of them actually spawn dinos, which I know is a little bit broken, but I mean, what can you do? So we're gonna take advantage of that. Okay, so we crafted up some of the basics. I do want to see this. This might not even be worth our time. Oh, dude, yeah. Okay, so see, it spawned us in a level 15 Anki, which, yeah. It was kind of hard to make. I'm not really sure that that's actually worth our time to spawn in that sort of dino. There is rare ones, so we might have to try the rare ones instead. Alrighty, boys. So we found our first target. I came back over here to the blue zone and I immediately found this base. He has a few turrets on it. We don't really have a whole lot, but I was able to make a few C4. And we have our just primitive flak, but it probably is enough. He doesn't have too many turrets here. So as long as I'm careful about the way that I approach this base, we should be able to get a little raid in here. I think we're going to go from the top just because I might be able to drop on the roof or something. Okay, so a little bit of damage to my armor, nothing too bad. Let's take a better look here. Oh gosh, there goes my leggings already. Gonna have to switch to hide. Okay, so we got... should just be this one turret. And then there's one on the right side, but I think we can hide from that one. If we kind of hide behind those foundations and the smithy and everything. Oh gosh, okay. So just, we have those two on the right, and then I think we just have one on the left here. Yeesh, dude, that was close. That was scary. Oh gosh, dude. So close to death there. Alright, but we did make it in. We are super poor at this point in our base, so anything we can find, materials or gear, we won't be happy about. Our friend here. Gonna have to chop him up, Mr. 3945. Oh, dude, he's got a ton of metal. That is great. Can fix up our flak. Okay, so this guy did have a good amount of gear. He has a lot of materials, though, so I think we're going to have to kind of ferry those over to one of the charge nodes and then upload ourselves just with all of this charcoal and this metal. That will give us a really big head start on our own base. Check out all that metal in there. Tons and tons, and then there's even more in here. Okay, not the greatest ammo in the turrets, but you know, 100 bullets each. That's not so bad. Okay, boys, so here we are with all the gear. You can see what we got. Ton of spark powder, charcoal, metal, stone, some ammo, lots of good gear. Definitely a worthwhile raid. I used like only a few C4 for that. So that's going to give us a leg up pretty early on. Okay, and yeah, before we go, we're going to upload this Cosmo. That way I don't have to leave him here and we can head to a different server. So we did get a ton of gear here. We're just going to drop it off at our base and we'll probably just go right back out raiding. I did find a little base in one of the entrances I just want to look at. We might be able to do something there. We'll have to see. Alright, boys. So no, I am not cheating. This is a potion that I took like I showed earlier and it makes you super fast. Just like a little bit concerning, but we'll have to see how this plays into the game here. So here is, there's a massive base over here I'll show you guys, and it's kind of insane what we're gonna see here. So you can see, yes, they have a Giga and a Karcha, which, yeah, this is like semi-official, and this shouldn't be happening. It's probably a bug with the mod. I think they're spawning, gosh, they're spawning dinos in here that shouldn't be allowed on Aberration. Let me try to turn off the gen. Oh, dude, no way. No way! These are all on aggressive. Oh, yes, dude. Oh, I didn't think they were all going to be on aggressive. I was hoping I could just run in and turn off the generator. Okay, so we're back at that base, and I just want to take a look, dude. Oh my gosh, this guy's a Titanosaur. Oh, and he's right there. I see him running. Oh, dude. Okay, so they must have majorly messed up on the mods that they added for this server and not thought of like spawning in stuff on Aberration, so they're just allowing any dino, which is why that guy could have like all those weird dinos that aren't supposed to be on this map. Okay, so we're making a bunch of these summon potions. Now that I know that they're really broken and you can pretty much get any dino from the rare ones, we're gonna try to make a few. Okay, boys, and yes, I am flying, and yes, it's up to my base. So we made a little bit of progress here. Added a cryo fridge, added a generator. We tamed a couple dinos, but unfortunately, I just feel like this mod that they added is like gonna break this season. It's really OP. There's like potions that you can see right here. You can fly and you can have super speed and spawn in dinos, which kind of takes out the whole like official aspect of these servers. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody should fact check the mods before they add them in, seeing that if they don't like totally change the game. But I don't know. I guess we'll just, I'm not really sure, dude. I don't even know if I like want to keep playing. It's like ridiculous what they have. These mods just like change the game entirely and make it kind of weird. So I don't know. It's kind of a bummer because I really wanted to like go hard this season and play the entire wipe, but it's just weird. It's like, it's not, it doesn't feel like official vanilla ARK at all. So I don't know, but I do have, I'm gonna spawn in some of these dinos just to like see what I can get, and I don't know, maybe we'll just mess around in the meantime and see if we can do any raids or anything fun. Okay, boys, so we spawned in a griffin with one of those potions. Yeah, I know, dude. I fully realize the strangeness of what's going on. I'm flying a griffin on Aberration. So yeah, this could be the nail in the coffin for this series. Yeah, it just is weird, and it totally defeats the purpose of my base spot too. Like, someone could just fly up here and blow up my base, where it's a lot harder on the normal Aberration. So I don't know. Okay, and we actually got a Karcha from one of the potions as well. I feel like if I can get a saddle for this, I could run this thing in if I had like full buff on it and kill all those guys, that guy's dinos he has up in the green entrance. So we might try to do that just before we call it a day on the servers. Yeah, I don't know. I hope Wildcard will stop adding these mods at some point. Okay, we're leveling up a little bit. I have to be a super high level. I don't know if, I think it's 99 or 100 for the Karcha saddle. So we need some more levels here. Okay, boys, so I came over to a different Aberration server and was just scouting around with this, the flying potion. Yeah, I know, dude. This is probably the most semi like unofficial video I've ever had, but you know, I am playing it just trying to have a fun time here. And we found a base. I mainly found it because these guys have zip lines going all the way up to their base, and it was pretty easy to see after that. I don't know exactly where it is, so we're gonna keep looking around for a second here. I think it's in these structures somewhere. Oh, I hear a little. Oh, okay. Here's the base. Here's the base. Okay, so it doesn't look like they have any turrets, but they have a fabricator, some smithies, bunch of storage boxes. So it could be worth our time. I'm not even sure if I can fit through here though. Okay, I finally found the entrance they're using. It's like this long tunnel. This is actually a pretty good base spot if you built it with some turrets and everything. But we are in here. Let's take a look around. Oh, dude, let's go. So 3 pretty good Megalosauruses right off the bat. A good Spino. A bunch of other good materials, which, I mean, we're kind of poor at our base, so I'll take most of this. Maybe we'll craft it into some good stuff. They got some maps, even. This is actually a pretty good find, dude. If these guys had plenty of materials to make turrets. If they made a couple of turrets, it would have been way harder for me to raid this. Let's just see if they have anything in any of these boxes. It's kind of hard to see just because it's so dark in here. It's totally empty. Yeah, totally empty. I'm gonna blow this up just so I can see. I can't really see if there's stuff in any of those, so I just want to see if there's any bags left over. In here, oh dude, he's got a bunch of pearls. Thank you for that. Dude, 9C4. These guys are a little stacked. Let's go. Alrighty boys, so I wanted to show you guys just how I'm farming in a base spot like this. So if you're gonna have a base spot that's like up in the roof or in a rat hole or somewhere that it's not really easy to farm, this is my favorite way to do it, is just set up like a little farming area kind of by transmitter. You could put some dinos over here if you wanted to, but I don't really need that right now. So we're just farming by hand. We're gonna fill up all these boxes with materials, and then that way we will be able to transfer all these to our base pretty easily and be able to make some turrets and some C4 and all sorts of good stuff for raiding, which will make our life easier. Yeah, so it's as easy as this. You can see I have like, what, 100 slots of materials now. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Lots of stone, flint, metal, wood, some crystal. And life is good. So I haven't played a ton this wipe, honestly. I've been kind of weirded out by the mods, but they actually removed that mod, which is a big deal. Okay, so we're spawning in, and like I was saying, they removed the weird potions mod, so I know that that was probably kind of weird for the few days it was in, but it has been totally removed, so the rest of the wipe should be a little bit more normal, which I'm excited about. We finally have a little base together, and we're gonna be heading off to some other servers, doing some bigger raids in the future, hopefully, and I'm looking forward to that. Alright, nothing too good in that drop. Gosh, dude, that's close. I swear, this is, I can't wait for Genesis to come out and have Bloodstalkers back. Or I guess I just need to get a Managar, because this is so dangerous, dude. I'm getting chased down by Reapers here on the surface. The spit is getting so close. Right, red drop. Oh, dude, nothing really, just metal structures. Okay, we got some C4 in that one, and a sniper. Yeah, nothing in there. nothing really in that one. Okay, boys, so here's what we got. Nothing too crazy, honestly. We got a little bit of gear. You can see we got some decent saddles, like a good Spino saddle and some snipers, but nothing too crazy. Alright, boys, I found this little stone base. Usually I wouldn't blow this up, but I think it's weird they have a cryo fridge outside. So we're just gonna check. See if there's anything in here. Is that it? Oh, dude, okay, that's actually pretty good. So we got Alpha Basilisk Fang and an Alpha Crab Claw, which will be pretty useful if we want to do the boss, which I'm kind of hoping we do this season. So that is actually definitely worth the 1C4. I heard myself kill oh, here it is. Yeah, I was gonna say I killed a bulb dog. I heard it blow up, but then it's on the outside of here. I'm just trying to drag this thing. It's all bugged. Okay, what if I go... Let me just go on the inside. We'll see. See if there's anything. And nothing in there. That's okay, though. That's pretty good. A couple of tributes. Alright, boys. Check out this huge base we found. These guys have been grinding. I just want to see. Okay, so I hit something with my crossbow. Everything's on passive. So check out this base. They got a bunch of Megalosauruses, rock drakes, good amount of turrets, indie forges, bunch of pyromanes. So that is a good looking base. We're definitely not equipped to raid this right now. I don't really have like good stegos or trikes or anything, or good saddles for that matter, but it's good for us to find these bases early and keep them in the back of our mind. Definitely gonna have to come back to this one. I'm betting these guys are super stacked with loot, and I'm looking forward to figuring out how to raid that base. Okay, so we found, I don't really know, what is this, like a raided little outpost over here on Aberration. These guys are already raided, but they have a couple of stegos. They got a heavy turret. Let me just see the health on these things. 6k. This one's 6k too. Alright. I'm like wondering if I actually want to kill these things because it's going to take a minute. Let's just see if there's anything left here. I hear a pyromane over here. Okay, there's one right there. Alright, both stegos are dead. Let's just check, see if they had anything. I'm pretty desperate at this point for stego saddles, and I know they didn't have any on them, but I thought maybe they were holding one, but they are not. Let's kill this pyromane really quick, and then we'll be on our way here. Alright, so we kept running around, and I found this little 1x2 turret box next to one of these charge nodes. Doesn't really look like much, but I don't know, dude. If they're hiding something, or this is like a little farming base, this could actually be a decent come up. So we're gonna go throw my stego. I already have a crowd fridge, so that's good. Okay, finally out. Okay, this the other turret on the far side I should be able to avoid if I'm careful. I'm still rocking just primitive armor, which isn't the best. Oh, it sounds like they have a link storage box in here. I can hear it, so. Turrets are down. Oh, dude, no way. They have a wall in between this. Alright, so... Okay, we're gonna take this turret down, but I also want to see if we can get into this room. Alright, and that was probably a little stupid. I blew up the link storage box, so I can't see if there was anything in it. But, you know, is what it is. Let's pop this heavy turret, and then we'll probably keep scouting around. Just making sure, yeah, nothing in here. Okay, so there's 32 structures around, which makes me think there's more than this base. $400 bullets, that's not too bad. Dude, I know there's a base in here. Let me look at this. So he's got to make guano over there. I could tell because I was like above this base, and you can see how many structures are around. And there's way too many just for there to be nothing. So let's take a look. What is going on here, dude? He's got 3 turrets. Ooh, there's actually a decent little hidey hole in there. Vault generator. And he has his Meguana hidden over here. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, he's got some charcoal, metal. Not sure we'll be able to take that, but it's good to know. Okay, so we knocked this thing out. And nothing on it. We are going to take the saddle. Sorry, dude. But I'll leave your Meguana in case you want to log back on. I don't really know what's going on with the base, though. Because he has, like, multiple turrets. I saw, like, 3 turrets, but they're all turned off. But he has a generator that's on. So I don't know if he just... Maybe he doesn't have bullets for them. Or... Yeah, dude. These things are turned off. That is so weird. Oh, wait, these are powered? Wait, they're... What is going... I don't know what's going on with those. I saw, like, one of them move, maybe. Okay, so only one of them had ammo. No wonder they weren't shooting. They look turned off, though. Alright, and only 30 bullets. I could have just soaked that with my wooden shield. Okay, so let's see... 2, 3. Alright, sorry, Mr. Human. Dude, he's already level 100. Wow. That's pretty good. Okay, let's take a peek in this guy's base here. And nothing too crazy in that vault. Let's see. Where'd he go? Here he is. Smithy, a couple of mortal and pestles. I'll take those, dude. A little bit of storage, not bad. Yeah, okay, so nothing too crazy. It looks like we're just gonna get maybe some cementing paste. Maybe I'll craft this into dino gates so we can transport the metal a little bit better. But yeah, nothing too crazy in this base. I was hoping for a little bit more than this. I mean, I guess he does have some spark powder and a couple of weapons we might take, but not much besides all that. Alright, boys, so you can see, if you see the structure count in the top left corner, this is kind of a cheap way to scout, but I mean, it's still in the game. Not sure why it is, honestly. They should definitely be taking this out. It wasn't in the old game, but it's a really easy way to see if someone has a base around. That's why I was just like gliding around looking for stuff, and then as soon as I can see the structures around, I take a look. Oh, I hear it. I hear it. I've been looking for this thing forever. Okay, I can hear a fabricator on. Let's take a look. I can get closer. Thing is, I have absolutely zero idea how to get in here. This must be like inside this tree somewhere. Some tiny little hole or something. Okay, there it is. I finally found it. It's on the other side though. It's definitely not over here. So we're gonna have to swing around, look for that. Dude, this guy has some gear here. He's got mana, stego. Let's pop in here, see what we get. You know, actually I'm gonna demo this. Just in case he has like an airlock in the entrance, I'm not gonna have to waste C4 on that. Oh, dude, okay, 64. He actually has some decent stuff in there. A couple of stegos. I want to kill this guy, but he has swamp aid, so I don't want to get that from him. I'm trying to think the best way to do this. Here, we're gonna like take him off to the side over here, and I have some plans for the man. Let's see. That's pretty much all he has that's good. So we're gonna feed him some organic polymer, and that way he'll be dead, and I won't aggro anything around me. There we go. High IQ. Finally, dude. Don't ever leave your fabricator on if you're logging off, dude. It's so loud. You can hear it from miles away. Okay, so let's see. Gunpowder. A couple of cliff plats. Need some water, dude. I guess I'll just eat some of these stimulants. Okay. Alright, I think that's about it. I'm not really going to kill like his other dinos. Got everything good that we wanted from that base. It was actually pretty decent. Got a good amount of items and resources. Let's jump off of here. I don't even really know where I am, dude. I'm getting lost in all these leaves. Gosh, I don't want to get anti-meshed and die. Okay, so here's where I hid all my stuff before, just because I had too much stuff to carry. So here's all we got. A few dinos, bunch of cementing paste, a couple of saddles. Yeah, some pretty decent stuff, honestly, especially for us early game. I do need to work on our base quite a bit. It's lacking on the defenses, so we will have to do that at some point. Okay, boys, we're over here on Scorched Earth now. I scouted around the server, didn't really find much, so we're just doing some desert drops. If you're wondering where I got this Rhino from, at the beginning of this series, they had the that like mod where you could make potions, and I got it from one of the dinos that I generated from one of the potions. Now that's been removed from the game, so you know, I kind of lucked out by getting a couple of good dinos. Yeah, there's this weird base out here. I have so much stuff, like random junk I just picked up. I like shouldn't be raiding this guy, but I didn't find anything else on this whole server, so I'm going to. Plus, I mean, you never know. Oh my gosh. He is like out in the middle of the desert, so he could have some desert drop stuff. That's pretty good. Might do one here too. There we go. Let's go. Alright boys, so no surprise, this guy had like nothing good in his little base. I was kind of hoping. So we're back over at this base I was at a few days ago. These guys had so many dinos before, but it seems like they've either moved or they haven't logged on or something. They haven't been on in like a few hours. I came over here and scouted, and it looks like all their dinos were gone, except a few. So if you remember, these guys had like a bunch of dinos. Let's see, so you can see they still have this crab, pyromane. They got an indie forage over here. So yeah, we are gonna raid this base, dude. He's got a heavy turret. Okay, let's toss our crow fridge down. And our normal auto turret. I'm kind of poor. I'm not level 100 yet, so I have to. Just do this. Alright, crab's on aggro, so we are going to get rid of this thing really quick. I'm not sure I want to kill this. I might just lead it away. It's only level 40 though. I don't know. I'll just leave it there for now. This thing should be almost ready to go. Oh my gosh, is that really it? Oh dude, I brought this thing over for one turret, but it was a heavy turret, and so I only have prim flak. I couldn't really run that very good, but I guess it was just for one turret. It does, oh my gosh, these things are unaggressive. It does seem kind of like these guys have packed up this base or just left it as a farming base. But I'm hoping we can get some good stuff out of it anyway. Stone and flint. Alright, yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting, dude. Let's see. Fireplace, toilet. Nothing really in here. I'll take this. Here's the guy, though. So, I mean, he might not have another base if he's logged out of this one. Bunch of spark powder. That's actually pretty good. Some other gear. This is actually decent, too. So, we got some ammo, grenade. Arrows, rocket launcher, pretty decent helmet there. That is locked. Let's see. Okay, this is actually decent. So they got a bunch of saddles. Most of them are prim, but And in here, yeah, nothing too crazy. Couple more saddles in here. An Ascendant Trike saddle. That's actually pretty good. I'm gonna get rid of these guys' beds just because I don't want them spawning in, taking all this stuff. Let's get rid of this turret as well. Yeah, nothing too crazy in here. So the base, it didn't have too much loot, but I mean, it did have a good amount of resources and some other random stuff like saddles that we're gonna use. So yeah, you know. Gosh. Okay, good. Crabs are no joke if they pick you. We'll keep all this organic polymer. Okay, so here's what we got. Some decent saddles, a bunch of organic polymer, some gear. The rest, I'll come back for in a second. We're just a little bit heavy on this pyromane, so I gotta upload a little bit of it. Oh, here we go. Okay, Quetzal, Pyromane, Ronto, Spinal. That's actually pretty good because even though that Pyromane and I think the Spino aren't growing yet, they're pretty high level. And the Pyromanes I tamed are not very good. Alright boys, so we got our capped Spino saddle on our ready to go Spino here. So I found these guys. They have like a weird little base by the river with a bunch of aggressive dinos, so we're gonna have to go fight them if we want to get into it. Okay, there's one. Oh, these things are kind of kicking my butt. Alright, so these guys have some pretty good gear for where they're built. They have a bunch of cryopods, like decent crossbow I got there. Nothing really in here. I'll take this and the silencer. Some Planax seeds. Beer. Let's see. Oh, dude, they got a flak chest BP and a stego saddle BP. I didn't even see those. That's actually huge, dude. Lots and lots of stuff in these guys' little base, surprisingly. Oh, decent Spino egg. Okay, dude. Yeah, these guys have some pretty good juice in here. Here we got trike saddle BP, some C4. Bunch of tools, take all the paste. Yeah, so we've pretty much been just raiding anybody and everybody I can find, and it's actually worked out pretty good. I feel like our base is pretty stacked at this point. We're gonna need to go back up to it and build it up a little bit though. Okay, so we made it to our little transmitter here. I think we're going to wrap it up for today, but I want to transfer back to base and kind of show you guys the progress we've made. Put everything away. Alright boys, so we are back at base. Yeah, I know it's not really much, but it's what I need. So here is the entrance. Right up here on the roof towards the world border, and then we've added a few turrets. I think maybe what, like 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... maybe 6 right there, 7, and then 8, 9 up here to the right. So yeah, super small compact base, but that is how I like it. We're raising this guy's Pyromane that we looted from him. and kind of show you what we got here. So starting to get a good amount of blueprints and weapons, other sorts of gear into our vault. Decent amount of consumables. We got a few eggs we need to hatch here. I got a Meguana, a Spino, and another Meguana. So that is pretty good. And then we do need to make a lot of turrets. We're starting to get the C4 flow going. Can start to make like 20 or 30 at a time. And here, nothing too crazy. Yeah. And then cryo fridge. We do have a lot of dinos though. We've got Stego, Spino, Meglos, Quetzal, Rhinio here. So yeah, boys, we're pretty stacked, especially for this point in the wipe and as a solo. So yikes, dude. Okay. Rip Curtis. Rip Curtis indeed. Boys, let's see. Aggressive? No, aggressive check, and they are not. And there's a shape here. So we came over to this ab server, and this is where I already started scouting pretty much. There's a base right here. Bunch of pyromanes. It looks like the turrets are unpowered though. I mean, this guy has been, it looks like he's been gone for a couple of days. So yeah, turret's unpowered, but he has a ton of dinos here. Pyromanes, Megalosauruses. Okay, it looks like we are good. They should be on passive, so we shouldn't just get munched down as we run into this base here. But I mean, I always have to check. I don't want to die. So, oh, is that thing's just growling at us? All right. Okay, so it looks like we are in luck. We're probably gonna get some free loot up in here as long as I don't do anything dumb. Not too many ammos in the turret. Looks like we're gonna have about 100 each. That's pretty good though. So we are gonna be looking around today for more resources to build up our own base. It is a little skimpy on turrets, and finding stuff like this is always nice. So let's take a look. Oh, dude, that's actually huge. I just picked up 2 linked storage boxes from this guy's base, which is a big deal, dude. Those things are really expensive, and that is actually what I've been wanting to make for the past couple days, but I just haven't because it's been so expensive. Let's see what this guy has for us. So he has a couple of good pieces of flak. I'll take those. Bunch of hide. Stim, spark powder. Yeah, I mean, it does look like this is kind of like an earlier game base, but he's a few things we want, and he has a lot of dinos though. Surprised he tamed all of these. So we're gonna blow up these beds. I just don't want him. The off chance that he logs in and whistles his dinos on me, we can't have that. Trying to think of a good way to kill this guy without his dinos attacking me if they're on neutral, and I'm gonna feed him this. Oh, I can't. Okay. Alright, well, we'll just leave him for now. But I did want to check this cryo fridge here. Oh, dude. He's got a Giga, Allosaurus, Bronto, Maywing, Cosmo, Uteranus. That's actually a pretty good Giga. 187. Dude, that's pretty juiced we just got from this free raid here. I mean, it's always kind of weird when I'm like, why can't I shoot this guy? Come on. Alright, yeah, everything's on passive. Like I was saying, it's kind of weird when it's like, oh, there's a base that's offline, but I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna take the stuff anyway, so at least we got some free loot out of this. Alrighty, boys. So we're on the same server still, and there is another base over here, and it actually looks to be pretty juicy. I think they probably have, what, like maybe 10, 15 turrets. So we are just setting up right below it here. Okay, so they have a few turrets we just have to get rid of on the outside, and then we'll take a look inside. If you remember this base spot, it's kind of like a little cave up there. These don't seem to have like too much ammo, so that is helpful. Boom. Okay, so we're getting rid of the turrets now. There's still like 1 or 2 with ammo, but I think I'm gonna blow them up. See how far I can get here. Alright, so here's what the inside of the base is looking like. I can't see super well, but there's like a little pillbox and some turrets. I'm going to try to get up closer so I can get a better look. See if I can make it without getting shot. Oh gosh. It's an angry Ravager. Ah! Okay, so let's look. So we have like 5 turrets right here, but they're pretty close to the edge, so I honestly think I can just blow them up. Oh, there's one more there on the left. And I'm not sure if there's any back there, but oh my gosh, dude. This thing jumped down and started biting me. I'm trying to have my turret shoot it. Come on, get out of my way, dude. Come on. There we go. Fail this thing, we'll be on our way. Alrighty, boys, we're gonna dive in. Wish me luck here. I'm hoping that we can get in the first try. I don't really have too much extra gear, so if we don't get in, that is gonna be bad news. Gosh. I'm like stuck on this ledge. I guess we'll just try from this angle. This should be okay enough. I'm basically dead. Oh. Okay, dude. Holy, we barely survived. I think I have 1 extra set of flak. Okay, and that should be it. So this base is actually a little bit harder to raid than I thought. Just the turrets and my flak broke a lot easier than I thought it would. But let's take a look at the spoils here. Some cryos. Nothing too crazy. I mean, this is kind of an early game base still, but he's got some crabs, a couple other dinos for us, bunch of consumables. Yeah, I thought I might as well check for treasure chests. I'm not seeing any though. So yeah, I think this base is pretty much tapped out of loot. Okay, so we got some decent stuff. You can see all the cementing paste, a little bit of other resources, and then a few dinos. But nothing too noteworthy from that base. We are going to be continuing on to a new server to look around. Alrighty, boys, so we're over here on Scorched Earth. I started scouting the server and immediately found a pretty, I don't even know what to call it, strange base. These guys built in a really weird spot, but they have a ton of dinos, and I'm betting they have some decent resources as well. Show you. So yeah, pretty basic base, but few turrets and lots of dinos there. And Scorched Earth is a pretty good map for getting blueprints and items from drops, so I'm hoping we can snag some of those from these guys. We have been soaking a minute, dude. These guys do have a good amount of ammo. I'm hoping. Okay. Alright, so finally out of ammo. This is their main base, so yeah, I feel a little bit bad here. It's obvious these guys don't really know what they're doing here, but you know, I can't be turning down free loot. Turn off their fabricator, it's always so loud. Okay, let's take a look. And oh, dude, right up. Okay, dude, like this is why I'm doing this. Ton of pearls, a few turrets, bunch of paste, other really good resources. We can actually probably craft some stuff here. They have metal, crystal, obsidian, pearls. Probably make some more turrets. See what else we can find around here really quick. This guy dead? Oh, he's dead. I don't want to get his, he has AIDS. I don't want to get him from him. Let's see. Cryo fridge, nah, that's not a surprise. I mean, probably all their dinos are already out. Here, I need to, I don't know, harvest this guy's body. So I can look at it. You got anything for me? No. Alrighty, boys, I found the mother load. It is in the RGs. Look at all this stuff he has in here. Ton of soups and other good stuff, a lot of wyvern eggs, and yeah, a bunch of stuff. He even has blueprints in here. That's why you have to kill the dinos sometimes. If you have that feeling, you got to go ahead and do it, and just trust yourself. Lots of other good stuff. So we'll take a couple of these tools. The main thing I really liked were the soups. Maybe we'll take the wyvern eggs too. Alrighty, boys, so we are full up on loot. You can see all this nice stuff. We got a bunch of nice blueprints, compound bow, flamethrower, helmet. And the resources here are pretty crazy as well. The pearls and the electronics. Bro, this guy has really good flak. I just shot him 5 times. Didn't break his chest piece. He's like all freaking out. So I haven't really ran into too many people, honestly, on these servers. And so I did today, and I was like, dude, I better get a fight in if I can. But, I mean, he is on a mana, and I don't really have any dinos. I just have my little Cosmo and a sniper, so... Okay, I want to fight this guy. Come here. Right here, buddy. Hello. I'm gonna die. He has med brews and I don't, so... Yeah, boys, we are out. We are out. Unfortunately, that's gonna have to be the extent of my fight. He's running away too, but I don't have any med brews, so you can see my health. I'm almost dead. He does, so he wins. Yeah, we are outie, boys. Nothing I can do there, unfortunately. Just a little bit out-geared with the mana and the med brews. I'll have to make some and try to... I don't know, maybe I could come back here at some point. I would like to get into some more PvP. It's just I haven't really seen that many people lately. I think his base is over there to the left. We'll have to go look at that at a different time. Okay, boys. So I found a pretty interesting base. I've never raided a base in this spot on ARK Ascended. But it looks to be like a pretty decent spot. Okay, so it's in this like metal structure in the tree. You can kind of see the rock drake tail sticking out right there. So they have quite a bit of turrets on the outside. And then I don't even know what it's going to look like on the inside. There's like a little entrance, but this base spot could actually be really good. I don't really know how they built it. Okay, we'll have to see how many bullets these guys actually have. Okay, so I'm pretty much dead. I didn't even soak a single turret there. They must have tons and tons of ammo. Okay, finally, dude. So I've done a couple cycles of healing the stego and then bringing it back. We're finally up to the entrance. Get rid of a couple of these turrets just in case. Okay, so here is the base. Oh, that must be 6 times damage. I didn't realize that. Ow. So there's some aggressive rock drakes in there. They're gonna have to go. Okay, so let's look around in here. Okay, so turrets on the roof in multiple places. There and there. I'm trying to think of the best way to go about this. I might be able to get some of it down. Oh, I hit the structure there. Okay, we're just gonna jump in here and hope for the best. I literally can't see anything. It's like pitch black. All right, but I think I got the generator with that. Thought I would. Okay, let's see. Oh, dude, this guy's already juiced. Dude, look at him. He's got multiple sets of hazard, rock drake. Let's see, some pretty good resources. All right. I need a better way to see. It's so dark in here. Anglerfish, bunch of pearls, Sarco, rockets, C4. Already a bunch of good stuff, dude. Quite a few dinos, crab, Spino. Oh, that's a high level Spino too, 268. Gas bag, basilisk. Dude, this guy's been grinding. So, I wish there was a way for me to light up. I can't see anything. I can barely see with this. It's just so dark in here. I'll just have to like kind of stumble around and see if I can oh, that helps a little bit. Okay, is there another vault here? Stone, charcoal, so just resources in there. A little bit of metal in the fabricator. A little bit of metal in the smithy, and we already looked through that. I'll take one of those. Okay, we got some rock drake eggs, a couple of soups. I think the main thing we're going to get out of this is going to be those cryos. We got a rock drake crowd up. Oh, he's got some decent flak too. Perfect. Yeah, so dude, super juicy base. this guy had here. Actually, if he would have built this up higher into the structure, I think it would have been really hard to raid. And I wouldn't even have noticed it if he had built it totally inside the structure. Let's see. And a good amount of ammo, dude. I've farmed a lot of ammo along with these cryos, the hazard suits, and a good amount of resources. So definitely worthwhile on this raid. I'm pretty stoked about it. Let us get this stuff back to our base. Alrighty, boys. So we're heading down to my link storage box. I just set these up, and it actually is amazing. Basically like a little teleporter for our base. I hid it in this crack. And see how this works here. So we're going to transfer all this here. And there is a little bit of extra, but that's okay. We can come back for it in a second. Let's go over to my base. I don't think I've showed the base off in a while, but it hasn't changed too much. I mean, I'm mostly just relying on it being hidden. It's not defended super well. But there is all of our stuff. Let's start putting it away. And yeah, dude, we actually have a capped cryo fridge. So it has too many cryos in it, so that's always a good sign. Put our stuff here away. And start filling up some of these turrets a little bit more. And yeah, dude, base is chilling. All these raids that I've done the past little bit have really stacked up the base with resources and good stuff. Okay, so we're back at the base. I just wanted to pick up any extras. See what we missed here. So more ammo I couldn't carry before, as well as he does have a lot of metal. I'm not really sure what I can do with that. Maybe craft that into something later on. We'll probably take like one more load of this resource and just leave the rest. But really, probably the best raid we've done so far as loot goes. Alrighty, boys, so we're back at base, adding a couple more turrets. And things are looking pretty good. So I think we have like 13 turrets now, and then a lot of resources. So honestly, if someone found this base and they were okay at the game, they could raid it pretty fast. But I am just hoping that it will remain hidden. It's in a really weird spot at the very roof of the map. So I'm hoping that that will be enough to kind of not make people scout up here. And let's fill up these last couple turrets, and then I think we're gonna log off. Hey, some guy here, dude. Is there two of them? Gosh, I'm stuck. Eesh. Gosh, dude. Okay, I got too much going on here. I like this special spyglass on. Okay, there's two guys. Come back down here. Alright. Gosh, dude, that guy broke my boots like instantly. I have really bad boots on. These guys came out of nowhere. Yeah, I don't know what you're thinking is gonna happen here, my man. Let's take him far away from his friend. I don't know if he has grapples. His parachutes. My Rhino isn't very good, so I don't think I'll be able to kill him with like just melee. He's jumping off of here though. Come here. Alright, I should probably just pick this guy up and drop him again. Dude, these guys will not die. I'm dropping them from so high. There we go. 730 health on that guy, no wonder. Gosh, okay. Alright, dude, this RG is so tanky. Finally. Just about killed my Rhino here. Finally killed the RG. And, I mean, it does have a decent saddle. Alright, I want to get out of here, though. I have some raids I want to do on the server. I just spawned in and, like, saw a couple things. Oh. Dude, these guys are unkillable with the health they have. Oh, there's another guy on the snow. Alright, I'm just gonna leave. Okay, so we came back to these guys. I think they have a little base in this, like, cave thing here. You can see they have turrets, little turret box. But we're just gonna harass them for a little bit. See if we could maybe get a kit. I do only have a normal turret. I'm poor, so I only have a normal turret, but I'm hoping that will be enough to... Got him. I don't think these guys have too much. I mean, they're on RGs and they only have like a few turrets on their base, so I'll probably just leave them alone after this. I just wanted to see if maybe we could get some gear from these guys. My sniper's about to break. Yep. And yeah, they don't really have much. We're probably just gonna head out. I have a few raids that I've seen on this map we're gonna go do. Alrighty, boys. So we already raided this base, and I feel kind of bad coming back here, but that was a few days ago, and these guys have completely rebuilt their base in the exact same spot, and they have a ton of new dinos and other things like that. And so I don't know, like we're just gonna raid this anyway. You should know better than to put your base in the same spot. I'm sorry, but just the way it is. Last time we raided this base, we got so much stuff, and so I want to do the same thing. So these guys upgraded to heavy turrets since last time. But I do have this strike with like a capped saddle, so you can see it's literally doing like nothing to my health. Try to soak one more of these if you can. Okay, so I think these turrets are on dinos, so we're just gonna send this in and let it do its job for us. Okay, this should be working out. Let's see how much damage this is taking. Not much. Alright, boys. So I have a basilisk. We're gonna start killing some of their dinos here. They have a lot. I got this basilisk in a raid. I don't usually have these, but oh my gosh, these are all in neutral. Holy, dude. Oh, no way! I got feared out of the ground by the Yudi. Come on, come on. I might be dead here. Come on, come on, come on. I'm gonna bury. Am I buried? Okay, we should be okay now. Oh my gosh, I got feared again. I think we're dead, dude. There's nothing I can do about this. There's just too many dinos here. Okay, we're back in the ground. I'm just hoping everything will calm down. Gosh. Oh, we got feared out again. There's like nothing I can really do. I mean, I could try to kill this stuff, but I don't think I can. There's too many. Oh my gosh, dude, and then I get feared on the... Gosh, this stupid spyglass I have is ruining me. I get feared on my pyromane, yeah. I mean, there's just too many dinos here. I could turn my turret on, but I only have 100 bullets. I think that the... Great, my stuff got broken. Yeah, that did not go according to plan. I had no idea that they were going to have those things on neutral. I'm just going to try to kill all this stuff. A lot of it's pretty low now. Rip my basilisk. What a disaster. This is what happens when I get too cocky, dude. I didn't think that they would have all this stuff on neutral. I'm gonna die here with my pyromane as well. I'm getting killed by the fairy. It's fucking me up. Jeez, dude. What a joke. What a joke. Rip my basilisk, rip my pyromane. I mean, there's probably a better way I could have done that. Maybe I could have, like, grappled up somewhere with a pyromane on my shoulder, but I don't know, whatever. I have a few more anyway. It's not a huge deal. Alright, boys. We are done messing around. I actually have a Giga in my upload here. Not too good. I mean, it's 160 melee, it's tamed, but it's definitely good enough to kill all that stuff that was attacking me before. So let's grab this out. Okay, so we have to make a saddle for it. I didn't have one, but I mean, that's not a huge deal. I just made one in the smithy here. So let's get the saddle out, and then we will go kill all of that random dinos that killed us before. Okay, here we go, dude. Finally, got something good here. Mostly just the RGs, dude. They're so hard to kill if you're just like on foot. Dude, what? This freaking like elephant looking thing? I've never fought one of these before. And it is a tank. I don't really know how much health these things have, but it must be a lot. I wonder how high these get when people like breed them up. Okay, boys, so we are just about done getting into this base. I threw out a stego to help me out, and then we're just healing those back up again. They did have some pretty stacked heavy turrets, but it's okay because we do have imprinted high saddle dinos here, so it's really not a problem to soak these turrets. Okay, so I think we only have a few more... I'm not hopping on Fortnite. We only have a few more turrets on that stone structure there with a generator in the middle, so I'm hoping we can kind of just finesse these last few and get the generator. If this trike will do what we want it to. We put a C4 on it. Alright, nice. Okay, finally, dude. We got the generator in the middle there. The last turret. Okay, so let's strap up all these turrets, and then we'll kind of take a look around and see what these guys has for us on the round 2 of raiding their base. Okay, dude, and once again, dude, oh my gosh, these guys are stacked. 33 C4, a bunch of, I don't think we'll take the fertilized eggs, RG, bunch of gear, 10 rockets. Yeah, dude, this is the reason I really like raiding on Scorched Earth. Everyone here is always pretty rich. Okay, and okay, a leg BP, 4 cryo fridges, grapples, dude. Yeah, these guys are super stacked. I feel like the drops on Scorched Earth are really good, so people always have pretty good blueprints and gear, things like that. So this is definitely one of the reasons I like to raid here. Okay, we are in this. Oh, dude, yeah. Like half a cryo fridge of stuff. I thought I heard something, but it could have just been a wild dino. Okay, so they had a better Giga for us. 316 melee, that's not bad, dude. Okay, Rock Golem, some May Wings. So pretty good on at the dinos. Alrighty, boys. So I was coming off of that raid and getting the rest of the stuff, and I found another base. So yeah, that's why we have all this random stuff still on us. I took a load of loot back to our base, but then we came back once again, and then I was leaving, and I found another little base. I don't really have any armor, but I do have, like, besides this ghillie. So I'm like a little nervous, but we are just gonna go for it anyway. It only has like a couple turrets. So it's in a pretty weird spot. I don't never raid in this spot, but it looks like it is alright. So you can kind of see just down in that little rat hole here. Let's switch these out. I'll drink one of these. I have extras, so might as well. So it's just one heavy turret. Maybe it's two. I don't know why I drank that beer, dude. I guess I was just nervous about wearing ghillie, but yeah, that's let's see. Is that yeah, they're all down. Okay, so no more turrets here. Let's take a look. Oh, I thought this was 6 times damage. Is it not? There's an angry vulture in there, it looks like. Oh my gosh. I hit the Inky there. Let's see. I actually have clusters. Oh gosh. I don't really love using these things, but I don't want to use I just want to use these because I have them. Let's see. I thought that was a heavy turret, just a normal turret. It's 11 bullets. This guy has like no defenses here. I don't want to accidentally die by blowing myself up with the clusters. Yeah, there goes my boots. There we go. Got an angry wolf, an angry vulture. Let's get out of here. Gosh. This vulture could actually kill me, dude. Some of these things have pretty high melee. Break your armor and kill you. Gosh, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, boys, we are finally in. It's pretty, actually pretty cool base. I've never seen this spot. Like a little preset structure spot, it looks like. This guy has a few things that are interesting. Got some vaults. I assume the rest of the base is down below us. So I don't actually have any C4. So we're gonna have to get an Arthropleura out of, I think I have one uploaded. So we'll go grab that. Bro, I'm dying here. It's ironic. I'm dying to the cold on Scorched Earth. Very cold. Alright, perfect. We got the Arthropleura in here. Let's get to munching these down, see what we get. Dude, wow, I didn't even see that. That fabricator has so much stuff. Oh, dude, this vault is kind of sad. A few structures in here, but nothing really. The fridge has a lot of soups, which I always love to get. But no cryos or anything. Something weird's going on, dude. This guy's hiding his loot or something. Unless it's all in this vault over here. Lots and lots of metal and other good stuff in the base, though, as far as materials go. Okay, so at least we're able to fix up all of our flak, and then I did get this boots blueprint, so it's nice that I have all this metal here. I can probably make a couple sets right now without having to waste metal back at my base. Let's see. Put some more metal in. We should be able to make, like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 sets. This pretty good boot BP. Okay, the vault is finally open. Let's see. Okay, here's some good stuff, it looks like. So, blueprints, shotgun, rockets, poison grenades, 15C4, clusters, flamethrower, some good stuff. Bro, I knew it. I knew it, dude. This guy's hiding loot. That's actually a 200 IQ spot, hiding it behind the wall there where it seems like there's nothing could fit. I was gonna say, dude, where's all his dinos? He has a sneaky cryo fridge behind this wall here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so perfect. It's on foundation, which is great. I didn't want to have to waste like 20 C4 on this thing. It's a shame there's so much metal here. I don't think we're gonna be able to take it all. Oh, that is pretty disappointing. I thought he was going to have a ton of dinos. He had so much other loot. Alrighty, boys. So I found this weird little base in one of the caves. This spot is, I don't know. Maybe people think that you don't know about it, but I mean, I do. It's up here. It's in the crag cave. It's at the roof here. This guy has all his dinos on passive. There's like a little compartment you can put a base in up there. I'll show you, but this guy has built his base like terribly, where I can just blow up the whole thing and not have to soak anything. You can see the base is right there. So let's sneak up here from the bottom. Should just be like 1 or 2 rockets. And of course we have an RG, dude. I hate killing RGs. And they don't, the shotgun shots don't even register ever. That one did. You have to like lead it quite a bit. I don't want to get knocked off or into the turrets here. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's see. Did we get that all with one? We got that all with one rocket. There's 3 turrets there. Sometimes I don't really know. I'm surprised that there's still like new players that play the game because it's pretty hard to play. And hopefully they learn to build in better spots though. Just do 1 C4 there. Okay, let's take a look. This guy's even got an Indie Forge up in here. Indie Forge, cooker. Not really too much metal. A lot of crystal, obsidian. Where's all this guy's stuff? Oh, here's some stuff. Let's see. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Gloves VP. I'll take that. Some flippers. This guy isn't having much for this base. He has like all this different, these like industrial forges and stuff, and he doesn't have like anything else. It's pretty weird. Let's chop his bed up. Maybe it might be in this like next section. Let's see. He has some stuff in here. Nothing really though, dude. Something weird's going on with this base. I'm not super sure what it is, but let's get into this next little room now. Nothing in here? I don't know, maybe this guy's just like farming and doesn't have any gear. At least we did get a little bit of ammo and a couple other things from this, but yeah, not really too much from all this. We're gonna keep looking around the server, maybe we'll find something else. Alrighty boys, so I found a pretty nice little base on the pillar. I absolutely love raiding bases like this. Super big base with pretty bad defenses. I just know they're going to have a lot of loot. You can tell when people are on Scorched Earth, they generally do have the nice loot. So we're going to go grab a stego out of my upload and see what we can do with this, this base here. Do this one. I do have a pretty juicy upload. Okay, so we got to be pretty accurate here. I don't know if these turrets are on survivors only, but we'll have to see. Let me get right over the edge here, and we'll give this, we'll stego drop these boys. Okay, so they are on tames. We're just going to leave that stego there for a sec. Let's see how much damage it's taken. Ooh, it's actually getting melted. This thing might die here. Okay. Alright, we should be safe. I think there's only like a few turrets that would have shot us, and they should have already shot that stego. So let's just get right in the right spot here. Yeah, so there's only these 2 turrets. I mean, I don't know, dude. People are just building in crazy spots. Let's pop in here and take a look. Pretty big base. These guys are fitting indie forges in this base. A lot of dinos in here. I always turn off all the fabricators, dude. They're so loud. I can't hear anything with them on. Oh, that's a lot of metal. And here we got a map. A lot of electronics. Dang, dude, these guys have a dreadmare. I actually haven't ran into those very much. Just seeing if there's, I don't know if there's turrets on the outside right there. Let's take a look. Give me these dinos. Oh yeah, dude, let's go. Pyromane, Rocket Ellie in there. This guy, he's got a leggings BP for us, a gene scanner. Those things are pretty nice. I actually don't know if I have one of those yet. This guy's got a Thyla, 2 wyverns. Just see, yeah, generators in here. I actually don't really have that much more C4. I only have 2 more. Okay, so I don't have any more C4, but we do have rockets. I need like a good way to kill all this stuff. Yeah, you can see it's all pissed. Okay, so we're just gonna try to let these dinos out with by rocketing the walls here. I put down a heavy turret, and we do have a lot of ammo that we stole from these guys. So we're just gonna let that go to work. Super close here, just this last corner wall, and then we should be able to be on our way. Here's the RG we just killed. Let's see. Flamethrower. Anything else? A little bit of ammo, nothing crazy. Morella tops, okay. 4C4. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm telling you, dude, every single base I ever, not every single, but almost every base that I raid on Scorched Earth has really good loot, mostly from the drops and things like that. You're always going to find people with cluster grenades, C4, homing missiles, which is a big reason I really like to raid over here. We got a ton of loot today from the raids we did. And all these dinos too. I think we got a couple rock ellies. Okay, I think we're just about done. We've taken these guys for all they are worth, and we have quite the loot haul to get back to our own base. Alrighty boys, so I just spawned in over here on the island, literally just barely, and I almost immediately heard turrets going off. You can kind of see, you can, I think over here on the red obelisk, oh gosh, I don't want to get something stolen by that bird. Let's just see what's going on over here. Okay, yeah, so some guys, lightning wyvern, stego. Oh, dude, I knew it. Gosh, stole my beer. And it ate it, of course. Okay, well, I guess we're beerless now. Let's take a closer look at this. These guys are raiding this little box on the top of Red Ob, I guess. Okay, so they do have tech turrets on that thing. They could have some stuff in there. I'm betting that's just like a place where they do the boss, though. But we're going to try to make a play on these guys. Okay, so I'm going to set down a turret. I don't really have hardly any ammo. I have 83 bullets. So that's like 20 shots from this turret. But we're going to set that down to only survivors and just take a look at what's going on over here. So 1, 2, 3 guys. Pyromane, Stego, Wyvern, Mana up here with us. Let's see. Oh, he's going in. Oh, he died. This Pyromane's gonna die. There it goes, it blew up. Dude, I actually wonder, I could maybe grapple his body. Oh, no way. I feel like that was close. Alright, I'm just gonna try to kill these guys' mana, try to get him to come up here. Maybe get into a fight. I'm not like super well equipped for a fight because I don't have any dinos really to fight with. Let's just try to take this out and see what happens. Okay, they noticed. Come up here. Okay, this didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. I should have tried to get the turret closer, but I just don't really have a lot of ammo. So yeah, there's not really like a ton I can do here. We did come over here to raid though, so maybe we'll just head out of here in a second. I don't want to die with all this stuff on me. They do have like quite a few dinos. I only have this one turret, and it's probably almost out of ammo now. Okay, we killed one guy. Let's see, where's his body at? Here it is. And he had nothing. Oh gosh. Yeesh, dude. Almost zapped me. Gosh. I don't know how much that lightning wire is gonna hurt, so I gotta be careful here. I really only have like, okay, I got like 50 bullets left is all. I think we're pushing our luck here a little bit. A 1v3 when they have these kind of dinos is not exactly a wise fight. I think we're just gonna dip out. Alrighty boys, so we're gonna head out. There are a few pearl caves I do want to raid today, so let's go do that. Okay, so this is gonna be the first pearl cave. You can see they got quite a bit of turrets, but they do have the generator right there in the middle. Absolute terrible spot for it, but I don't know. I feel like we could just kind of dive in there with this Maywing and try to chomp down that generator and see where we get. Okay. There's no bullets in these. That is weird. I was like fully expecting to get beamed when I dived in here, but I guess that there's no bullets. Interesting. Usually when people raid a base, they at least turn off the generator. So it looks like these guys haven't been here in a few hours, but bullets, right? Yeah, okay, that's weird. And that's kind of sad, because I'm betting this base has already been raided. Yeah, this turret's damaged. Let's just at least look in the back here and see if they have any sort of loot we can take. Nothing really. Yeah, I mean, this is probably... I mean, they do have some, like, cementing paste and stuff, but yeah, this has already been raided, so there's not really a whole lot here. Okay, boys, we found another pearl cave. This one looks fully intact, so I'm hoping it has some loot for us here. Okay, so let's take a look inside, see what we're working with. Couple dolphins. So it looks like there's only like a handful of turrets and then some plants. Kind of like an early game base. We should be able to just dive in here. Okay, yeah, that was pretty easy. Only had a couple of turrets. The plants are what I was kind of worried about, but all turned out great. Alright, so we're in the base. Let's see what kind of loot this guy has for us. A lot of metal, a lot of paste. Oh, dude, I could like make a C4 in here. They have everything I need for it. And I'll pin code it on these. Let me take this out. Only 4 gas? This guy was about to run out of gas. Alright, so maybe let's make some ammo and some C4. He pin coded all of his boxes. Chop them up and see what we get. So a lot of pearls, a couple C4, not bad, and I'm actually going to take these Plant X seeds. Okay, so I found this guy's cryo fridge. He hid it way in the back here. It's pretty sneaky, and he has basically nothing that I want. So yeah, we're just gonna let him keep these cryos, but I don't want him to think that there's nothing left for him, so we're gonna put them on his player here if I can get out. Come on. Stuck. Okay, so here's our friend. Let's give him all his dinos back. And we're gonna hide his body so nobody, if they come in here, they won't find it, hopefully. I will take that cryo fridge though, that's nice. So let's put our little friend, let's hide him in these bushes. Hopefully nobody sees him and he can have his stuff back. Alrighty boys, so we're back over on our base. It's over on Aberration. I had to drop off all the loot that we got. And this base is looking pretty good. I don't think I showed it off in a little bit. So here is the entrance right up at the very top of the roof. In a little crack, we got all sorts of plants, Tesla towers, turrets. So actually, it's a pretty cool base spot. I'm not gonna lie. I love living in little bases like this that are super compact. And nobody's even found it yet. But if they do, I mean, it is a little bit difficult to attack, but if you are good at the game, you could probably raid this fairly fast. But we were able to get quite a few Tesla towers up, as well as even more turrets, and the plants are pretty helpful as well. We got 3 more turrets up here, a couple here, and yeah, pretty cool spot. We've stocked away all of our loot into this really small spot. You can check out, I got a full set of flak blueprints. Everything's pretty good besides this helmet. That's the worst one we have. But pretty lucky to get all of this loot. That's why we're kind of on the search for more loot. I'm trying to get a few more blueprints in the base. You can see we got all sorts of gear. And like 95% of this has just been from raiding. We're not really crafting much around here. We do like to raid. And then in here, just a little bit more gear. Kind of see, I'm probably one of the most stacked solos on this entire server cluster. Pretty juicy base I got here. I'm trying to see if there's anything else we should show off. We're gonna head back over to an island server and try to do some raids. You can see all the dinos we've got. I've probably tamed like maybe 3 or 4 of these. The rest I've gotten raids, which is crazy. Alrighty, boys. So we came over to Scorched Earth just for a minute, and I immediately found a pretty easy raid. If you watched me before, you know I love rafts and raiding with rafts. Okay, we have a turret on wild dinos there. So we're going to do that now. Okay, so here is our little raft we made. These guys' base, I think it got raided, but their turret tower outside isn't raided. And so we're going to take advantage of some free turret ammo while we're here. Just pop open this generator really quick. Ah. We're nice and safe in our raft. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. Oh, that didn't even blow. I thought it was 6 times damage. Okay, there we go. All down. You can see all these plants. They're actually kind of dangerous. Alright, so let's snag this ammo and we will be on our way. So a couple hundred in each. That's not too bad. I think we have another pile of ammo to get to, so that should be about 1,000 ammo. For a few minutes of time, that's not actually, that's not such a bad trade. Okay, there is something in here. I was wondering what was going on. So this guy has some turrets on the ceiling of this kind of ruins cave here. But I think he set this up in a way that is dumb. He has turrets on the ceiling, but the generator is like back here in one of these rooms, so I can just hide. No? Okay. So this is not a cave damage area. Alright, generator is down. $600 easy ammo, not too bad. Alright, so let's head into the main part where the base is now and see what we can get. This base spot is pretty sneaky and it's actually decent if you build it okay. Let's see. So this has already been raided. I don't really understand why they have turrets outside. Is this? Oh, this is a different tribe actually. So those guys that raided it must have put that turret outside, and then yeah, I think that this is all raided already, unfortunately, which is kind of sad because I bet this base had a lot of loot. But I just do want to check just to see if maybe there's ammo in some of these. Let's actually let's check up here. There's 3 turrets right next to each other. So empty. Oh, basically empty. And empty. Yeah. Okay, well, rated base. Unfortunately, that's how it goes sometimes. Alrighty, boys. I'm super sad. I just rated the juiciest base. And obviously this happens every once in a while. I forgot to hit record or it just didn't work. I don't know which one. But you can see in the triblog here. This is where I started rating. Got a bunch of heavy turrets. I actually rated it in a really cool way. I just dived in and it kind of worked out really well. But, you know, that is how it goes sometimes when I'm playing too much and I don't actually pay attention to recording. But yeah, it did work out, and I'll show you the loot we got here really quick. Absolutely crazy for that pearl cave. You can see all these dinos we got. Bunch of eggs, consumables, ammo, electronics. So yeah, a little bit sad about that, but I do think there is one more pearl cave. I was scouting around and I think there's still one pearl cave that we're gonna raid. So I'm gonna head back to my home base and drop off all of this loot, and then we'll be back over to this server to do another raid. Alright, so we got all of the loot. This is always the scary part. I have a whole minute before I can transfer, and I'm overweight. Very vulnerable here at the drop, but I think we'll be okay. Go drop this off back at our base, then we'll head back over here to do another raid. Alrighty, boys. So another pearl cave. I'm telling you, these pearl caves are where the loot is at. If you're wanting to start up on ARK, these are a great spot to raid. Usually not too hard to raid. Okay, so we got our crawfridge up. Toss our stego out. I do think this stego's maybe like a little bit overkill for this base, but I mean, you never know. When people have like the plants and the turret combo, it can be pretty deadly if you just go in there with flak. So I'm gonna swim our stego down into this base and see what we can get from it. Okay, good. I'm glad we could fit. Alright, yeah, definitely a little bit of overkill. You can see I hardly lost any health off of that. But yeah, it was kind of hard for me to tell how many turrets were in here. Well, at least we're in. Okay, and there's this Rex, dude, which I gotta get out of the way. Getting chomped by something. Oh, here's the generator. I didn't even notice. Come on. Jeez, dude, this guy's got all sorts of alarms and tripwires and things like that going off. Okay, I think we're all good. Everything's down. Let me get... Dude, can I get up here, please? Okay, here's another generator here. There's another turret up here. Okay. Okay, I think we're finally safe. Got rid of those Rexes and everything. Let's take a look inside of here. Alright, this is actually looking like a decent base. And oh my gosh, dude. juicy dinos on here. We got a squid, a karcha, a giga, all sorts of stuff. Oh my gosh, dude. He's got like a full fridge of eggs. This guy's been grinding. Cluster grenades. Unpin coated vault, that's always nice. So we got some rockets. 13C4. Set a decent flak, it looks like. Someone must have tried to raid him and he got that from him. Good saddles. Okay, not too bad, dude. This base is stacked. This guy was taming away, dude. Look at all the thylacats I got. The thylas, dude. Alright. Okay, let's take a look around. Oh, he's been taming unicorns. Nice. Fabricator. Not bad. So I decided I wanted to give a shot at raiding the Alpha Tribe. Their base is pretty stacked and really well defended, but I thought maybe we could 200 IQ them and see if we could get a raid in. So we're going to be attempting using this Paracer method, where we're going to build a sort of contraption on this thing to use it to raid one of their turret towers. So let's just get started on this and see how it turns out. Alright, so we did build this pretty goofy looking wall. I haven't done this in a while. I don't think I've ever actually done this on Ark Survival Ascended. So the building's a little bit different on here, but I'm hoping this works out just the same. This Paracer we're using is pretty terrible. It only has 8,000 health. So we're going to have to be really careful about taking any damage. But yeah, we're going to walk over to this base and I'll show you guys what it looks like once we get there. Okay, so there is the first turret tower. Pretty decent looking, actually. It's like a skeleton tower, so it has the whole covering on the outside, and then the turrets are on the inside. No tech turrets, but it does have plants and heavy turrets. Quite a few, probably like 40-50 turrets altogether. So yeah, I'm just hoping that this works out. Okay, so far so good. I mean, hypothetically this should work. I'm just like kind of I wasn't sure if maybe I'd get shot through the metal or anything, but this should work. So we're just gonna kind of slowly back up here. The generator is in the middle there. It's really not that far away, so if we can pop that generator, we should be able to get the rest of this turret tower down. These guys' main base is over there to the left, which we'll have to take a better look at in a bit. Okay, so here's the tower, pretty well built, connected to the roof, lots of plants, lots of heavy turrets. I'm trying to see the best way to approach this. So I think maybe we'll just do 5 here and blow up this foundation. And then we'll do 5 over here. If I can get this to work. And that will give us a good entrance into the tower. Okay, so there we go. Hopefully this will break open the cage and we can make some progress here. Okay, so that blew up just those first foundations and a few of those supports. Alright, so we're getting closer here. You can see I think I actually damaged the wall the generator is in. So that is, that's some pretty good progress. See how close we can really get here. Okay. Oh, no way. Oh, we're so close. Alrighty, boys. So, unfortunately, I ran out of C4. Kind of sad, but, you know, that's just the way it happened. So, we're doing a little speed run of charcoal creation here. And hopefully, we can make some more C4. So, yeah, we're kind of limited now by our gunpowder. And then we should be able to make more C4 and continue on with this little quest of raiding these guys. Okay, that is my last C4. You can see my racers taking a beating here. But I think that they should get it. Alrighty, boys. So we're actually out of C4, but I wanted to blow up some of these turrets. So I figured out the generator that's in the middle of this tower here isn't actually the only thing powering this turret tower, so it doesn't even matter if I destroy it. Unfortunately, they have a tech generator, it looks like, over by their base that's powering this thing. So yeah, I think our best way is just to kind of destroy some of these turrets, and that's what we're gonna do with all these rockets and grenades that I brought. Just gotta make sure I'm not blowing up our own little contraption here too much. But I think we're starting to get a couple turrets here now. Here we go, another one down. Alright, there we go, finally. Full tower is gone. I was able to disconnect it from the other structure, so okay, boys, so here is the main base. It's pretty stacked. You can see they got replicator, some forges, a ton of dinos up here. Tech gens there. I think they have a few generators we're going to have to take out. But honestly, looking at this base, I think I made a mistake and we're going to try to come from it from the other side instead. Okay, so we decided just to approach the base from the other side. I went ahead and crafted up a Zeppelin, and we have a couple of trikes on us. We're going to come at this base from the opposite side and see if that is any better for us. Alright, perfect. Let's get the right angle here, and alright, I think we're chilling. We got this really good trike capped saddle. It's mate boosted, so this should be able to soak all of these turrets, no problem. I think this is the move. Dude, I'm healing up my trikes and I'm getting harassed by nameless non-stop here. Alright, so we have the trikes on their little plateau here. So I think we're actually getting close. So we probably soaked, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 heavy turrets, and there's still a few that are on survivors only, so we're gonna have to just, oh gosh, find a way to get around these. But yeah, we are up here, that's always a good sign. My armor should be all good. I think we're ready to go in. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of these turrets really quick. So there were quite a few turrets that weren't soaked. You can see these ones right here. They still have ammo. Let's see what I have. I got a bunch of random grenades. Okay, so let's try these cluster grenades I have. I'm just trying hard to get rid of these few turrets, then we should have enough cover to get out of here. There we go. I heard one go. Alright, let's go. Okay, pretty easy. Just the one turret. We're in the back of this base now. Oh my gosh, I'm getting shot through this fabricator. Here, let's take out this pyromane, and we should be able to get through to like the back of the base and try and see what we can do. Maybe get to the tech generator or something. Let's see, how much health does this have? Take him down real quick. Alright, this is a little bit sketchy. I don't want to die here. I don't have that many good sets of flak, and so if I lose this one, it's like, uh-oh. Can I really make it back up here? Let's see. I'm trying to find if they have anything that will help me out. Okay, so if we go this back way, they do have a turret right there in the very back. There's some guy logged out right there. Maybe he has stuff for us. Gosh. Okay, so we have some boss stuff here in this box. Let's see. Does our friend here have anything for us? He's got some stegos and a shotgun, but nothing really. I was hoping for better armor than he has. Okay, it's just this one turret that's like, driving me crazy. Gosh, finally. Okay, that turret is finally down, so we should be pretty safe on this far side of the base now, as long as we don't go around the other side. There's still a huge turret tower over there. Let's take a look now. Should be relatively safe here. Oh, dude. Nice. They're flak BPs and a capped stego saddle. That's actually really good. Oh, dude, there's doors open. I could just go in probably. Let's just do that. we're in the main base, dude. Okay, wow. Alright, yeah. So their tech generator is going to be powering everything. It's not really accessible to us, but we're in the main base. Hopefully some of this stuff is like unpin coded and we can get access to some of it. Let's see. Oh. So they're stacked on all of their brews and stuff. That's pretty good. Let's see. Pin coded. This guy has another set of flak for us. That is really good news. Okay, so the trick here is going to be I want to blow up their cryo fridges without blowing up the whole base. If I blow up the whole base, then I will get shot, so I got to be careful here. Like just what happened to the roof there. Let's see. Try to limit ourselves on C4 use here. Maybe one more. Okay, are we safe? Stuck in this little vault. Okay, and I think we're good. We didn't blow up the ceiling, which is great. Let's see what we got here. Oh, geez, boys. An insane amount of dinos. These guys were grinders. Stegos, manas. Even med brews for us, thank you. Yeesh, okay, I think we just got probably like 300 dinos or close to it. Okay, I just got to see how we're going to get out of here. So there is a few turrets left on this. That whole tower is up on the left side still, and on the roof here there's a few more, but I think this replicator is actually helping us out quite a bit. I don't know, we might try to blow up this this turret looking at us right here so we can get out safely. Yeesh, dude. Yeah, I gotta get out with this. I got all their flak BPs. I got a bunch of dinos. Probably the most of the loot from the base I already have. Oh gosh, I almost blew myself up. Okay, at least that turret's gone. Let's put all this guy's flak we got on. It's pretty good. Oh, dude, 2,000 Dura on the chest piece I got. That's crazy. Yeah, I think we're ready to head out. Check out all those dinos I got. That's pretty nice. I think we're just gonna head out. I can't really get this stuff without blowing up the whole base. Alrighty, boys, we are outie. Took the best loot and we are heading away back to our base. Alright, dude, I'm happy with that. I mean, we didn't get the whole base down, but we did get like all of their dinos basically and a bunch of other good stuff, all their flak BPs, which are pretty hard to get. So let's go take this back to our base. Alrighty, boys, so it is the next day. I went and got off after I raided this guy's base yesterday, but we came back and we're just going to finish them off. Luckily, we got a bunch of their dinos. You can see I'm throwing out here, and we're going to use these to raid them. Okay, boys, so it has been kind of weird. They have most of their dinos, or most of their turrets on survivors only, so they're not shooting in any of the dinos that I got. So I think we're just gonna have to try a different method and throw some arthropluras in there and whistle them onto their towers. Yeah, you can see how many dinos I have out here. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so I got the arthropluras up there. I'm just gonna whistle them to attack these towers. They'll munch them down. Alright, there we go. So their main turret tower is down. I think the last thing we have is the tech generator that we gotta get. There's just a few turrets left over on the base there. I just gotta get up here safely, and there's the tech generator. Perfect. Okay, that is exactly what we're looking for. Alright, finally, the base is totally offline. That actually took quite a while. Base was set up decently. We can finally see what these guys have in their base. Oh my gosh, dude. 51 slots of ammo and all the turrets there. So I think these guys actually got back online since I was here yesterday. And they probably logged in and realized their base was blown up. You can see they closed their door here. They probably logged in, saw the base was raided, and was like, alright, who cares? And then logged off. But we're going to see what else was in here at least. See if we can't squeeze a little bit more loot out of this base. Got a nice arthroplura here for the vaults. Okay, boys, so these guys were absolute grinders. They have all sorts of nice PvP gear, ammo, C4, grapples, arrows, so much stuff, dude. It's a shame I wasn't able to get to this base earlier in the wipe, because it sure is totally stacked. Oh my gosh, dude. In the replicator, we have heavy turrets, 180 C4, capped stego saddles, capped compound bow, flak, all sorts of super nice gear. Yeesh, dude. Yeah, these guys were not a joke. Absolute grinders. All sorts of good stuff in this base. Okay, boys, so we're just about done with this one. I'm gonna check this vault, and I think we're gonna leave. I took a lot of the dinos, a lot of the other super good gear, but like I said, the wipe is kind of it's almost over, so there's not really like a ton of reason to take all this stuff back. But it was fun to get this base down. Regardless, I think we are definitely like the last base on our server. Pretty much have wiped everybody else. Okay, boys, so we came over here to Scorched Earth. I wanted to run a boss and get some engrams, and now we have all these dinos. So I brought a bunch of the Rexes and Reapers we got over, and we're gonna run the Scorched Earth boss really quick, just for fun. I wanted to get these tech engrams, and yeah, see how this goes. I haven't really used Reapers for this boss for quite a while. They're not really that good for it, but I do have them, so I might as well use them. Okay, I throw all this stuff out. It's finally waking up. Let's get all of these Rexes over to the obelisk and run this boss. See how it goes, dude. It's been a minute since I've run a boss. Most of my gameplay recently has been like more primitive, so it's kind of fun to get to the higher stuff. Alright, yes. Yes, here we go. So kind of overkill. You can see all that we brought for this. A bunch of Rexes, a bunch of Reapers, and then a few Pyromanes. Have to see how this goes. Like, I did this boss on Small Tribes when it first came out. We just used Rexes, though. So this is taking longer than I thought. I think that it's just the Reapers are kind of messing with the AI of the boss. Alright, there we go. Boss finished. It did take like 10 minutes though, which is crazy. Reapers are definitely not the first choice for this. Alrighty boys, that's where we are going to start wrapping up the season. We are back at base after doing the boss, and not really much else to say. We did survive the entire wipe in our awesome little base spot. I love small, compact bases like this, and this is the reason why. Super easy to maintain, generally pretty secret. All my plants died, unfortunately, at the entrance here, but we still have our Tesla towers, a bunch of turrets, and I don't think somebody soaked a single bullet on our base the entire wipe, just because we were really sneaky and chose a weird spot up at the very roof, and it worked out really great. Absolutely guaranteed that we are the most stacked solo on this server cluster. All sorts of dinos. I don't know. I don't even know how people tamed all these dinos. It's a lot of work. And one more in here, more in the vaults, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, it was a really fun wipe. I'm happy we were able to do a full 30-day wipe solo on ARK Ascended, which we haven't really been able to do yet. And so yeah, it was fun. Shows that you can still play ARK solo if you really want to. Alrighty boys, that's going to wrap up this series. I hope you did enjoy it. We had a lot of fun playing solo. The 30-day wipe servers are still some of my favorites. I'm looking forward to Valguero coming out in the next couple days. I'm hoping it turns out pretty good. We'll probably be playing on Small Tribes for that one. And we'll have to catch you guys in the next one. As always, peace, my dudes.